I stepped off the plane at Incheon International Airport, my heart pounding with anticipation and excitement. The moment felt surreal, as if I had finally crossed the threshold into a world I had only ever dreamed about. The air was electric, buzzing with possibility and the promise of adventure. Every sound, every light, every face seemed to whisper that something extraordinary was waiting for me. South Korea wasn't just a destination for me, it was a dream I'd nurtured for years. A place that had lived in my imagination long before I ever booked my ticket. I'd fallen in love with K-dramas, their stories and emotions drawing me in night after night, with K-pop's infectious energy and the delicious, vibrant food that seemed to tell its own story. And I often imagined myself wandering through Seoul's vibrant streets, soaking in the colors, the sounds, and the endless movement of the city. This trip was more than a vacation. It was my chance to break out of my shell, to connect with new people, and to finally feel like I belonged somewhere new. I carried more than just luggage. I carried hope, dreams, and a deep longing to be seen and understood in a place so different from home. My plan was simple. Be open to every experience, be friendly to everyone I met, and most importantly, be true to myself no matter how unfamiliar things felt. I believed that a genuine smile could cross any barrier, no matter the language or culture. Every new face I encountered felt like an opportunity for connection, a chance to learn and grow. I was a solo traveler, not seeking conquest or to check off a list, but to find real connection and meaning in every moment. Looking back now, I see how full of optimism and hope I was, completely unaware of the challenges and surprises that lay ahead. Travel never gives you exactly what you expect. It always finds a way to surprise you. But in the end, it gives you what you truly need, shaping you in ways you never imagined. And as the sun rose over Seoul, I knew my journey in South Korea was just beginning, with endless possibilities waiting to unfold. My first days in Seoul were a sensory whirlwind, a rush of sights, sounds, and smells that left me both exhilarated and overwhelmed. The city pulsed with life at every hour, from the early morning bustle to the neon-lit nights. Every corner seemed to hold a new surprise, and I felt both lost and alive in this unfamiliar world. I checked into a guest house in Hongdae, a neighborhood famous for its youthful energy, vibrant street art, and endless music. The streets were alive with performers, laughter, and the hum of conversation. I was surrounded by color and movement, swept up in the current of the city's creative spirit. Seoul was a paradox. Futuristic skyscrapers soared beside ancient temples, and tradition blended seamlessly with innovation. It was a place where the past and present coexisted, each enhancing the other's beauty. I marveled at how the city honored its history while racing toward the future. The smell of street food was everywhere, tempting and new. Spicy tteokbokki simmered in bubbling sauce, sweet hotteok sizzled on griddles, and the air was thick with the promise of flavors I'd never tasted before. Each meal was an adventure, a chance to discover something unexpected. I felt like an outsider, invisible in the crowd. Groups of friends laughed together, couples strolled hand in hand, and families gathered around steaming dishes. Their easy closeness made my solitude feel sharper, and I wondered if I would ever find my place among them. I sat in cafes, watching life unfold around me, longing to belong. The gentle clatter of cups, the low hum of conversation, and the warmth of the space offered comfort. But I remained on the outside looking in, wishing for connection. The language barrier felt like glass between me and everyone else. Simple tasks became challenges, and every attempt at conversation was a reminder of how far from home I was. I struggled to order coffee, to ask directions, to express even the simplest thoughts. In Myeongdong, neon lights and music surrounded me, dazzling and relentless. The crowds pressed in from all sides, and yet, in the midst of all that energy, I felt alone, adrift in a sea of strangers. My initial excitement faded into a quiet loneliness. I watched the world move around me, feeling invisible and uncertain, wondering if I had made a mistake coming here by myself. I questioned my decision to come alone, replaying my hopes and fears in the dim light of my hostel room. Was I brave or just foolish? Was my dream of connection just a fantasy? Something I'd imagined but could never truly reach? I wrote in my journal, searching for answers, clinging to the hope that things would change. Travel isn't always glamorous. It can be isolating, even in the most beautiful places. The freedom I'd longed for came with a price, moments of doubt and loneliness that tested my resolve. But that loneliness pushed me to act. It became a challenge, a reason to step out of my comfort zone and try, even if it meant risking awkwardness or rejection. I decided I couldn't just watch anymore. I had to try, to reach out, to taste, to speak, to join in. My journey was just beginning, and I was determined to find my place in this land of wonders. So, my mission began. A simple goal: start a friendly conversation. My first attempt near Gangnam Station ended in swift rejection. The rejections piled up, at bookstores, parks, universities. Some ignored me, others hurried away, a few apologized in English. Each no chipped away at my confidence. By the 30th, I wondered what was wrong with me. I changed my approach, but nothing worked. At Gyeongbokgung Palace, a girl looked genuinely afraid and hurried off. Shame overwhelmed me. I felt like a creep. The count reached 100, each rejection heavier than the last. On a rainy night in Itaewon, the final no came. I stood in the rain, not angry or sad, just empty. My hope was gone, replaced by resignation. I had failed spectacularly. After so many rejections, I realized this wasn't just about me, it was about culture. In Korea, approaching strangers, especially women, is unusual and often unwelcome. Social circles are tight, relationships build slowly, through shared experiences. My Western approach clashed with Korean norms. I wasn't being rejected for who I was, but for breaking unspoken rules. This was a lesson in humility. I learned to see through a different cultural lens. Connection can't be forced. It must grow naturally. Many people are busy, cautious, and private. Instead of hurt, I felt empathy. I was learning to adapt. After the 100th rejection, something shifted. The pressure was gone. I could just be myself. I walked back to my guest house, drenched but strangely at peace. I decided to stop forcing connection and let the journey unfold. I focused on places and experiences, not people. I explored Seoul, hiked mountains, watched sunsets. My confidence rebuilt itself from within. I found joy in my own company. Being alone didn't mean being lonely. The turning point was accepting failure and moving on. The rejections weren't the end. They were the beginning of my real journey. I started to find happiness within myself, right in the heart of Seoul. With a new mindset, Korea revealed itself to me. I dove into the food. Gwangjang Market, family-run restaurants, spicy kimchi jjigae. Each meal was a lesson in culture and hospitality. I explored beyond Seoul, Gyeongju's ancient tombs, Bulguksa Temple, bamboo forests, Jeju's volcanic beauty. The kindness of Koreans appeared in small, genuine moments. An elderly woman guided me on the subway. A shop owner used a translation app to help me. A hiker shared water and fruit. These weren't the friendships I'd sought, but they were real connections. The soul of Korea isn't demanded. It reveals itself quietly. I stopped seeing the country through my own needs. I started to appreciate its complexity and beauty. Korea became more than a backdrop. It became a living, soulful place. There was a time when I truly believed friendship had passed me by. I wandered the streets of Seoul, feeling like a solitary traveler in a city of millions, convinced that connection was something reserved for others. But just when I'd given up on friendship, it found me in the most unexpected way. In the warm, bustling common room of my guest house, a German traveler struck up a conversation, curious about my journey and the story that brought me here. I opened up about my 100 rejections, the moments I felt invisible. He listened, then shared his own struggles, reminding me that everyone carries hidden battles. Soon, our circle grew. An Australian backpacker and a Korean student named Minjun joined us, each bringing their own stories and dreams. We spent hours together, talking late into the night. We shared not just our failures, but our hopes, our laughter, and the things we missed from home. That night, Minjun led us through neon-lit streets to his favorite Korean barbecue spot, a place I never would have found alone. Around the sizzling grill, we laughed, toasted with soju, and for the first time in a long while, I felt a sense of belonging. A feeling I thought I'd lost. Minjun became our guide, showing us hidden corners of Seoul, introducing us to his friends, and helping us see the city through a local's eyes. We found ourselves in quiet tea houses, sharing deep conversations about life, culture, and the dreams that brought us all here. These connections weren't forced or planned, they happened naturally, as if we were meant to find each other at this moment in our lives. Travel had broken me down, stripped away my expectations, but in doing so, it made space for healing and new beginnings. My trip didn't go as planned. I missed trains, got lost, and stumbled into places I never intended to visit. But those detours led to the best memories. I learned that confidence comes from within, and that the most meaningful connections often arrive when you least expect them. So embrace uncertainty, step into the unknown. Your adventure will become exactly what you need, even if it's not what you planned. Thank you for joining my journey. Let's keep exploring together, and may you find your own unexpected friendships along the way.